Hey y'all, welcome to our first ever Shed Cook With Me Live. I'm Emma Jo, I'm your Shed Community Manager, and I'm joined today by Lexi.
Yes.
She is a new addition to our Shed team. She runs our influencer team for our Shed supplements, which will all be linked below.
Excited to be here and learn from our certified culinarian,
Yes.
Emma Jo.
So
It's gonna be
exciting. That was because we have the live chat open.
fun. So drop your questions.
Yeah. We're here to
Yes.
answer them if we can, and if not, we'll get back to you very shortly.
Yeah.
We've got 2 awesome recipes from our Shed Education team. Our Shed head dietitian nutritionist has put these recipes together, and even done the macros and everything for
It's amazing.
you. Yeah, super awesome. They're 2 very simple recipes. I'm a big believer that anyone can cook. I personally had to learn how to cook when I had my own wellness journey. That's why I went to culinary school in the first place. And I just think that that can be a really challenging part of the journey.
Very intimidating for sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
And so we're here to simplify
Make it
that.
easier. Yeah.
Let's make it easy.
Shed wants to support everyone at any step of their wellness journey. So supplements to medications to cooking, we want to make it to where you get to live your best life and be the real you.
Exactly. So we're also here to have fun though.
Yes.
Because cooking, eating, it's community, it's fun, it's so much more than just fuel. And when we are full, we're happy, my personal opinion.
Yes.
What's kind of fun about what we're doing with our Cook With Me lives is I am going to provide you guys with a few culinary tips every time we do one so that you can become your own culinary master at home.
Yeah, I'm
And
excited to learn. I need all the kitchen
your
tips.
family's going to be so impressed. You're going to be like, what is even going on? So the first thing I want to talk about is called mise en place. That's a French culinary term saying everything in its place. Everything's exactly where you need it to be. This is a chef's bread and butter. Mise en place means you're ready to go. You can do anything on the fly, and you can make your dish really, really good. But it also simplifies the whole process, and it cuts out dishes. So I know we look like we've got a lot of dishes. There's a lot of ways to not have this many dishes. This is just so how you can see our mise en place all set out. Really well done. But we are going to show you how to prep all of this in a really simple way, how to have limited dishes. And that's what mise en place is. So you're going to hear it a lot in all of these Cook With Me lives because it's very, very important. The other thing, the other tip of the day is going to be knife etiquette. So I'm going to teach you a little bit about the body of a knife, which is kind of not talked about.
It's just intimidating. Yeah. Just, no one teaches you this.
Yeah. So my number one thing is this is a tool, but it can also be a weapon. So be careful with your knife. Using your knife properly means that no injuries are going to occur. So on your knife, you have your point, your spine, your edge, your bolster, and your tang. Those are the main ones that we want you to know. And as you can see, we did some chopping already. The knife isn't dirty, I promise. So also, you're never going to hold your knife like this. Please never hold your knife like this. Point always goes to the ground when you're moving around in the kitchen. And if you're nearby anyone, you're going to let them know that you've got it. You're going to say, I'm knife sharp behind, or hey, I'm holding a knife.
Yeah,
like
especially prepping for holidays, busy, kitchen's full.
Yes.
You want to make sure you have all the safety
Kids
measures in place.
Running around. The other thing with the knife is how you hold it. This is where a lot of injuries come from, because a good rule of thumb is that a dull knife is a dangerous knife, but so is a sharp knife. So a sharp knife does ensure that you're not going to chop a whole finger off, but it does mean that injuries can still happen. So the proper way to hold a knife is you're going to take your thumb and index finger and you're going to pinch the bolster of your knife, and then you're going to wrap the rest of your hand around the tang of the knife.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah. So don't put your finger up here. Don't, fist it. We're going to
no
pinch
finger on top
and hold the tang.
Okay.
Exactly. And this just allows perfect control, precision. It also means you're not going to slip. You've got a lot of control in this knife. And as you can tell, we have 2 different knives. Mine is more of a German typical chef's knife. She has a santoku in her hand, and that's more of a lighter Japanese knife. I like a chef knife. This is my preference. And we're going to get started with that in mind. The last little tip when it comes to knife etiquette is the bear claw. Now, we know we've all heard of it. This is essential. When my second day of culinary school, I completely sliced off the tip of my thumb.
Oh no.
Because I was clawing with all my other fingers, but my thumb was out like this.
So all fingers need to be.
All fingers underneath, and your thumb needs to be hiding behind that cage.
Okay.
This ensures as you're chopping, you're never gonna chop off a finger. And it happens more than you think.
I bet, yeah.
So, if we keep all of those things in mind, we're gonna have a very successful and fun cooking live today.
Yes.
So let's get started. We're gonna kick off with our sheet pan veggies. And because I have a lot of experience,
Yeah, she's
in the
teaching
kitchen.
me. She's gonna train me.
not that Lexi doesn't,
Oh, not like this.
but Lexi's going to be doing a lot of our chopping, cooking, and prepping today. One fun thing about our setup over here you can't really see is that we've laid down next to our cutting board some saran wrap. This cling wrap allows you, it's a fun little trick I learned in culinary school actually. Shout out Chef Joe, where you can just chop away and anything that's going in the trash, just slide it onto your cling wrap, and at the end of all of the chopping, you just pick it up. I don't know how many times I've had to scrape potato skins and carrot skins out of the garbage disposal.
On the counter,
Not fun at all.
and that's, I think it's helpful. I would have never thought about this just for busy parents, busy lives. I mean, you're cooking, but you want to still eat healthy. If you just take 5 seconds to lay it out, you save so much time.
I mean, I joke all the time that our cling wrap, tinfoil, and parchment paper are like my holy trinity of the kitchen. If you are trying to diminish the amount of dishes you're using, those are just the holy grail. I know there's some opinions on the foil and the cling wrap. If you aren't a fan of those two, parchment paper works great, and it's just an easy cleanup.
Easy cleanup.
Yeah, nobody likes scrubbing the counters after Thanksgiving dinner. So we're gonna start by peeling a carrot. I love these larger carrots. They're a more cost efficient, you can go ahead and start peeling. They're more cost efficient, they're bigger than buying pre-peeled, pre-chopped carrots. And honestly, they last longer. So I have what's a rotating peeler, which means that Lexi here can just slide back and forth by grounding that carrot into the cutting board. And it's so fast and so easy. So get a good peeler. They're not that expensive. You can get them on Amazon or Walmart. So easy. So awesome. What the best part of this, you just
slide it over.
Don't even have to worry about finding, I mean, our garbage can is right there, but you don't have to go find one. A little tip, I always chop off, I call them the end pieces, the ugly pieces. So it's always the tip and then the root of the carrot. We've already chopped off the big side of it. We're gonna chop off this other side because nobody wants to eat that. And then we're gonna just cut this however you'd like into bite-sized pieces. So a child should be able to put that piece of carrot in their mouth and not like gnaw on it. That would be kind of gross. And as you can see, Lexi's doing a great job at bear clawing. Make sure that thumb is behind. Yeah, you got it. You can do them maybe a little bit bigger. Nice. And the general rule of thumb here is you want them all to be around the same size. This ensures an even cooking all around. It does mean you might have to go back to some of the larger coin pieces and chop them again. It gets not super fun. Yeah, that's perfect. Awesome. So we have a lot of our pre-chopped veggies in here. We're just gonna throw those in a bowl that we have. And honestly, you don't even need to separate them, in my opinion. Just put them all in the same bowl.
Yeah, they're going to the same place.
They're all going to the same. They're all going to taste the same.
Dishes.
The next thing we're going to do is our sweet potato. Now, we've already partially peeled our sweet potato because you don't want to sit here and watch us peel a whole sweet potato. We all know that. So we are going to peel the rest of this potato again with that peeler. And a good peeler will save your life. Maybe. And again, if you watch Lexi, she's doing a great job at keeping her fingers out of the way. I can't tell you how many times I have skinned a nail while peeling potatoes or peeling carrots, and it's so easy to catch it and just totally take off your nail. So be careful. Awesome. What's super fun about these potato skins is that in the culinary world, we do really try to use every piece of a product as much as we can. And sweet potatoes hold a lot of nutrients. They're really good for you. I don't know about you guys, but I love chips.
Yeah, a little crunch.
So what I really like to do is I take my potato skins, specifically my sweet potato skins, oil, salt, and pepper them, and add whatever seasonings I want. Throw in my air fryer for like 8 to 10 minutes at 400 degrees, and they are the crispiest little treat to snack on while you're
That's so nice.
cooking.
It's not calorically dense. It's still nutritious, and you're not eating junk as you're prepping a healthy meal.
Right. How many times have you gotten to the end of a meal and you aren't hungry anymore? It happens all the time. So again, we're going to chop off this top piece of the sweet potato just to get it out of the way. There's a lot of ways you can cut sweet potatoes. I get very nervous cutting sweet potatoes because they're a little bit hard to cut.
And it's hard to get through,
Yeah. So you can put it on its side and chop coins if that makes you feel more comfortable. I personally like to stand it up, get a good grip of the knife in there, and then I hit the spine of the knife all the way through. Yeah. And then I have two really awesome pieces that aren't going to move. So my knife's not going to wobble at all, which is going to be really safe. So how you cut these is, again, up to you. I like to slice them vertically. Nice. And come across. And if you can see what Lexi's doing right now, she is bear clawing, but a second ago she was using the spine as leverage. That is just a really nice way when you're cutting something like this that's really dense to ensure that you're not going to lose a finger. I've sliced off, that sounds so weird actually. I've had so many injuries that just weren't worth it, is what I'm trying to say.
And I think this is intimidating, keeps people out of the kitchen, because it is a little bit scary if you've never done it.
Yeah. Awesome. Again, these don't have to look pretty. It's a sheet pan recipe. It's supposed to be easy. And if you look at these are some awesome bite-sized pieces. Anyone could fit that in their mouth. And if it's still kind of hot, no one's going to burn the roof of their mouth off. So a lot of these you might have to come back and cut again, which is totally fine. That also ensures, again, an even cooking. These are just really good
and faster cooking.
To know.
You don't know when you're hungry, you get home from work, or kids have practice, you don't want to be waiting for the sweet potatoes or the carrots to be cooking longer, taking up your evening.
Well, especially if you have a sheet pan recipe where it's all cooking at the same time.
Yeah.
You can't have one ingredient that's taking a little bit longer to cook. Awesome. We're going to throw these in the bowl. And we're going to set that aside. The next guy we are going to talk about is the onion. Another holy grail of the kitchen. We have a red onion today. There's lots of different ways to cut an onion. I think mine is the correct way, but if you disagree, that's fine. So how I cut an onion is I slice off the top, I slice off the bottom, and then we'll draw a little line with our knife down the side. Again, to peel it, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
It'll help you get the skin off, which sometimes is a real
Otherwise,
pain.
then you're like, I feel like I'm fidgeting with onions all the time.
For sure. So we're going to go ahead and cut the top and the bottom off, and then we're going to cut our onion in half. We're going to talk about today how to chop an onion, yes, with your knife. I'm probably going to start crying, so please don't judge me. I've got really sensitive eyes.
Like this?
Yeah, go ahead. Slice it down the middle. Nice. Then you can set that down and start peeling it. I cry. I tear up with onions all the time. Apparently.
She's just so glad everyone's here watching.
I'm just really excited everyone's here. I actually really might. I might have to take a step away from you. Not you, the onion. So apparently the sharper the knife, the less it secretes what makes you cry.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
Huh.
And so
sharpen
dull
your
knife
knives.
is a dangerous knife, but a sharp knife keeps you from crying. I wanted that to be catchy, and it wasn't.
I feel like my eyes aren't sensitive in this
I'm like nervous.
Yeah,
so what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut it in half. Awesome. And then you're gonna slice down these little ridges here. So if we were just chopping this onion, I'm gonna do this part, if that's okay.
Yes.
We're gonna not slice all the way through the onion, just most of the way.
Okay.
And again, if you look at our recipe, it is about 1/2 inch. My measurements were not very good. These are not 1/2 inch, so please don't judge me too harshly. But if you do it where you don't cut the onion all the way through, oh gosh.
I know, yeah, it's brutal. My eyes are watering over here.
You will very easily get
Okay,
those onion
bite-sized
pieces that you need. Yeah, look at that. It's the perfect size, actually. And then when you have this like extra weird piece over here, you're just gonna rough chop that up.
And so quick.
I'm crying already.
Yeah.
And it really is not that hard if you don't have a little tool for it.
Yeah.
However, I can't see. My husband does not love chopping onions. I hate chopping onions, so I always make him do it. And he bought this nifty little tool. I'm so sorry.
No, this, yeah, it's a strong onion.
We call it our little chopper machine. And it has multiple different sizes. This one is exactly 1/2 inch. I'm so sorry.
No, you're fine.
I've got like tears coming down my face. And what's so nice about this is, make sure it's locked first. These are really sharp, and what you can do is you can just put 1/2 an onion slice in there. Like usually like do the honors. Nice. Stop. It's a little bit intense, but
yeah, that's so fast.
Isn't that so nice?
Yeah.
And I never used this on my sweet potatoes, but I bet you could.
Oh yeah.
So embarrassing.
No, fine.
I'm just really happy to be in the kitchen today. And it keeps everything in the same place, which is super, super nice. I want you guys to know that we chopped a lot of onions in school, and this happened every single time. I got made fun of by the chefs all the time. Oh gosh. Okay. So our onions are good to go. The last thing we're going to be chopping, don't set this in your sink. You will cut yourself. So put it somewhere safe. Wash it separately. Same with your knives. Knives never go in the sink. Most knives never go in the dishwasher, but if they do, they don't go standing up. So there's your other little knife thing. I'm so sorry.
No.
Brussels sprouts. This is a seriously misunderstood vegetable.
Yeah, I feel like it's very intimidating for a lot of people.
They are, and people don't like them. Kids don't like them.
Intense flavor.
What I'm moving down is what we washed our vegetables in. But they're hard to cook. They're hard to make taste good. I do agree, but they are an awesome veggie, and they're underestimated. So use these. Learn how to cook them. So one thing we're going to do, though, like I said earlier about the tips of all of our vegetables, nobody wants to eat that. Look at that. No one wants to crunch down on that. So when you're chopping these, make sure you remove those. And then Brussels sprouts are notorious for being undercooked. So what we're also going to do is we're going to slice them in half. And that will allow them to be cooked a little more thoroughly.
Do you ever recommend slicing them more than in half?
Yeah, it kind of depends on what you're going for.
Okay.
So depending on what you're doing, some people want these, you can see these little leaves kind of come off really easily after you chop off that end of the Brussels sprout.
And you recommend peeling some of those off?
And I do. Some of them, it's just, sometimes you don't have to peel them. Like I said, these end pieces kind of just fall off. And some people like for them to be really flaky. So they do cut them into quarters, which can allow for them to be
even more flaky.
a little flakier, yeah. Awesome. The other thing about Brussels sprouts, if you are cooking Brussels sprouts in your oven or even on your skillet and you're like, I can never get these cooked thoroughly, sorry, you can do what's called blanching them. So you can boil a pot of water, put some salt in the water so that it's a little bit seasoned, boil them for a few minutes, and they'll turn bright green. You'll be able to tell when they're ready.
You'll know when they're done.
You'll know. They'll be beautiful and green. And then you can stick them in an ice bath, so just a bowl with some ice water in it.
Okay.
It'll stop the cooking, dry them off, slice them in half, throw them in the oven. That means they're already cooked, and what the oven is going to do is get that crispiness to it.
Outside. Okay.
But make sure you dry them off. That is very important. Awesome. Well, all of our veggies are done. So now we are going to move on to our dressing, which is super, super fun. I'm going to grab a new bowl. One thing before you start your dressing, I like to season my veggies separate from a dressing.
Okay, yeah.
So what I'll do, if you guys want to follow the macros of this recipe, you can take your olive oil that you've already set aside for the veggies as a whole. You can pour a little bit onto your sheet pan or in the bowl, wherever your veggies are. Pour a little bit on there and then season them there. So put your salt, your pepper on there.
Stick on, so it's not on your pan.
It'll help it stick onto the vegetables.
Yeah.
What that does is sometimes when you do a dressing, the seasonings will actually settle at the bottom of your bowl.
Oh.
So you'll get like
mixing and then pouring.
Yeah, like a super saturated part of your sheet pan where it's super salty, and then some where it's not salty at all. So if you need to set aside a little bit more of that olive oil, you totally can. And we will show you the seasoning of the vegetables in a second. So we've got our little
Whisk.
Whisk, thank you. What? We have our mini little whisk, but a fork will work just fine as well, or a spoon. You don't really need a whisk for it. And we are going to start with our olive oil. We have our maple syrup that is also set aside. So we're going to go ahead and just start combining all of these items. And while we do that, I want to talk to you about another holy grail of the kitchen. So we've got onions. We talked about our cleanup crew. This guy packs so much flavor. It's another aromatic. It's garlic. I mean, I'm sure we all know. There's a lot of controversy around garlic. There's some people who think you can buy it pre-chopped. You don't need to do it fresh. There's other people who disagree. I disagree, but it might not be true. I don't know. What's interesting about garlic is when it is crushed, cut, grated, pressed, it releases something called allicin. Okay. And that's what gives everything a lot of flavor.
Okay, so how it's cut is how it releases, or however you prepare it.
And so sometimes mincing garlic, which I hate doing, I don't mince garlic. I don't mince garlic. It makes my fingers smell like garlic forever. Wow, it's okay. It has a skin on it.
We're safe.
So I have this little machine. Or if I'm being honest, I make my husband do it. I have this little machine called a garlic press. Again, this is like, I don't know, a couple dollars on Amazon. It is the way to go. And we can link a bunch of these items, these little kitchen hacks, in the description below. But I am a garlic press person. It can be hard to clean, so rinse it after using. But how you get your garlic ready to be pressed or minced or crushed or whatever you're doing is I like to take the blade of my knife, I set it on top of the garlic.
And take out your anger of the day.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Someone make you mad at work?
Yeah.
I don't know if that was probably a bad joke. If so, great. You've got peeled garlic. And again, no one wants to eat that.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to eat that. So we're going to chop off that end of the garlic. Now this is a massive garlic clove, so I'm actually also going to cut it in half. And you're just going to stuff that guy in your press.
And just crush it.
Yeah, go for it. Your fingers might still smell like garlic, if I'm being totally honest. Beautiful. Yeah.
Is there anything else? And then we're done with the other one?
Yeah, we're going to do the other one. Beautiful, yeah. So again, I mean, I'm not going to do it right now, but if you rinse this immediately, it will clean out so much faster. So, and that's a good rule of thumb in general. Clean as you go. This stuff, clean it as you go. It takes a quick rinse. If you have a dishwasher, throw it in there. Don't put your knives in the dishwasher. Don't put your knives in the dishwasher. If I'm being totally honest, I typically don't measure stuff like this.
Measure with your
But
heart.
because we're following the macros, we're going to measure our Dijon, oh my gosh, mustard. We're going to put about a teaspoon in there. Maybe a little bit more if you're feeling,
really Dijon.
Really Dijon. Sounds like Dior. You're feeling really Dijon-y. Awesome. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do our fresh herbs. Now, I do firmly believe that fresh herbs, you can taste a difference.
But I feel like these are also a very intimidating piece of the kitchen.
Yeah, well, they go bad so fast.
Yeah.
So these aren't always fun to buy. They can be kind of expensive. If you have a backyard, grow them. I wish. I don't have one someday. Although if you see the plants in the background, they're not very alive, so maybe not. What we're going to do is you're just going to grab the end of the stem. Super simple. Pull them off.
Pull it off.
Kind of like your kid picking at the grass. You know what I'm
Or an adult, I still do that when sitting in grass.
And we're going to do the same for all of them. So we've got our thyme, we have our rosemary. We're going to pull those off. And then we're just going to finely chop these down. And what's so fun is they smell so good.
You can smell them, yeah.
Yeah.
So it makes your house smell good, the kitchen.
I just think they're so fun. And it is the way to go. But also, if you want to do dried thyme and dried rosemary, or if you want to do, a completely different aromatic, a different herb, that's totally fine. This is where you get to kind of feel like like a chef a little bit.
Oh,
But you're just gonna place, we're gonna get that garlic off there. You're gonna place your hand up on the spine of the knife, pinching the bolster, because this can help with, again, precision. And you're just gonna rock your knife back and forth. Scrape it all together. Yeah, because again, it's maybe not things you talk about or think about until you're eating something that someone makes for you.
And then you notice the difference.
Nobody wants a big piece of rosemary.
Yeah, you want it.
It's just not very good. Plus, again, kind of like the garlic, the flavor is released a little bit more when you chop it all up. Just go back and forth.
So you want really fine pieces.
Super fine pieces, because this is going in the dressing.
Oh, okay, yeah. You don't want a big chunk of leaf.
No. Nobody wants it. I mean, salad's great.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Drop that in there, and we're good to go. We're gonna mix that up. Grab our sheet pan. Remember, knives don't go in the sink. Don't put your knives in the sink. You can just set them right here where people can see them. And we're just gonna start adding all of our veggies to our sheet pan. Now, I chose the wrong sheet pan for this activity, and I'm sorry for that.
We want them spread out thin, right? You don't want them on top of each other.
And my sheet pan doesn't have
edges.
Good one with edges. I have one with edges. I just chose the wrong one for this activity, so I'm sorry. Sprinkle those onions in. And the Brussels sprouts. Again, if you want these to be cooked a little bit better, a little more thorough, you can do that blanching ahead of time. Just make sure they're dry or you will get a lot of water on your sheet pan.
Oh, because it'll release.
Nobody wants watery vegetables. Yeah, some of this is gonna fall off. That's okay. I chose the wrong sheet pan. Choose the right sheet pan. Then what we're gonna do, since we already used our olive oil, we're gonna pretend we set some of our olive oil aside. We're just gonna drizzle just a little bit on top of our veggies. We're gonna grab our salt and pepper. This is another, I believe in freshly cracked pepper, but you don't have to.
Whatever works for you in your kitchen.
Yeah. And so I'm gonna have you salt it.
Okay.
A rule of thumb with seasoning stuff is to get a super even season,
Really high.
come up from above, like the salt guy on TikTok. Yeah, look, that looks so good. Perfect. And I have a little spoon. You don't have to do that. A lot of times I do it with my fingers, so I can feel how much is there. Crack some pepper in there. Okay, and then we're actually gonna do a little bit more salt in here, just a tiny bit, and a little bit of pepper. And in the recipe, it says to taste. I know it sounds crazy to taste your dressing, but we are gonna taste it. Just a teeny bit. What do you think?
Well, that's good.
Pretty good? Awesome.
Yeah, I feel like the fresh herbs really make a difference.
They do,
Also,
and they
yeah.
kind of add a little bit of texture, huh? Which is super fun. Okay, so once that's done and ready to go, you're gonna scrape everything to the bottom. We're gonna pour it on top. See, those fresh herbs also make it look so nice.
Yeah, just all the colors. You want to see colors on your plate. I feel like I've heard that.
And since you're my sous chef today, you get to
toss.
get in there and toss. They're gonna fall. I'm so sorry, I chose the wrong sheet pan.
We're gonna be a Glenda and toss.
Oh, who saw Wicked Act 2? So while Lexi is tossing those, our oven has been preheated to 400 degrees. And I have turned on our burner for our truffles. So what's really nice about both these recipes is that you can combine them together. So while this is cooking in the oven, you're taking care of your truffles on the stove. So this is where we're gonna be working for a little bit, talking about chocolate and how yummy it can all be. Again, we're gonna make sure this is all evenly spaced. And again, I used the wrong sheet pan. But it's okay, we're gonna move on.
Yeah.
And we're gonna throw it in the oven. Do you wanna grab it? That'll go in the oven for about 20 to 25 minutes.
Set a little timer.
Set a timer and listen to your timer. I ignore my timers all the time, which is ridiculous. For some reason in my brain, I know better than the timer, which makes zero sense. So before you move on to your next project, you do want to kind of clean up what you're doing here. It just makes the kitchen feel better. I don't know about you, but I have cooked with so many people where I'm like, you made that an hour ago. Why is it still here?
Just over here?
Yeah, you can just set that over there for now. And again, we'll get a look at our little trick where you just pick it up.
Such easy cleanup. Yeah.
Toss it in the
Boom.
trash.
Counter's
Nice.
done.
Yeah.
Yeah, just need to put it back down.
So yeah,
Okay.
we'll do a little wipe down super quick while our water is boiling. And we can talk about chocolate.
Yes.
So chocolate is a very sensitive topic. It's kind of like, it's like a bad ex who's really dramatic. And it can go wrong so incredibly fast. So we're gonna have to be really careful here.
Okay.
What we've done is we have our pot of water, back here on the stove. And the goal is to get it to a simmering boil or a rolling boil. We don't want big bubbles.
Okay.
Big bubbles are a no. And that's just because, I don't know if you've ever put chocolate in your microwave, but it burns
Yes, and
so
it curdles,
fast.
and then you're like, oh, that's wasted.
And you're like, oh, yay, chunky chocolate. Some chunky chocolate's actually pretty good, but like because there's nuts in
crusty,
it. Yeah. No one wants, lumpy chocolate. So what we're doing over here is called a double boiler. A double boiler is when you have water boiling underneath and something cooking on the top.
Okay.
Now, if you look that up on the internet, you can buy a double boiler.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like two pots on top of each other. If I'm being totally honest, I have never used a double boiler.
Okay, so you can just
like
do
an
it at home,
actual
make
one.
it easier. Okay.
Yes.
So if you see that in a recipe, you don't need to be intimidated, like, oh, I can't.
Yeah, don't
cook
be
that.
afraid of a double
Okay.
boiler. No,
Amazing.
not at all. In fact, in culinary school, we never actually used it. So don't go out buying crazy pots and stuff.
Just use what you have.
This guy, right here. A stainless steel bowl and a pot of water, which is taking a little bit longer than I planned to get to that simmering boil. So we're actually gonna come over here and we're gonna cook our pecans. Now, don't come at me for pecans. They're called pecans. We're gonna light our flame on like a medium. Yeah.
Okay.
If you have an induction stove, don't worry about it. Just pay attention. And I always burn. Sorry, like where are my pecans? They're right here.
There.
I burn these all the time.
Okay.
These are another sensitive guy. We got two going on
Two
over here.
sensitive things happening at
Chocolate
once, yeah.
and nuts. They burn really quickly. So pay close attention to them because they will go from taking forever to burnt in 5 seconds.
Quickly.
Yeah, you don't need anything else. If you want to add these to a salad, you can do this with like some brown sugar and some butter.
Or like kind of like candied.
Pecans are so good.
I say pecan.
So we're just gonna put it in our skillet. Again, I don't have a lot in here. I've chopped these up.
Yeah.
They will cook fast. Move them around. You can shimmy your skillet, but be super careful.
And what are we
with this.
looking for these to look like?
You will smell them.
Okay, you'll smell them. You'll
Yeah,
know.
you will
Okay.
smell them before they look cooked. They won't.
Okay,
look,
they won't look
no.
anything, but you'll
If
smell
you're waiting for
Okay.
them to look cooked, you'll burn them.
Okay,
They're burnt.
good to know.
So you'll start to smell them in a second. I know that maybe doesn't help our viewers.
Viewers.
But you'll know. You'll burn it one time, and then you'll
you'll
probably
never
do it again. I don't know. You'll probably burn them again, if I'm honest. I burn them all the time. I burned them all the time in culinary school.
Yeah.
So you're not alone in that. So we're going to let both of these cook a little bit. We're going to take our stainless steel bowl, and we are going to do, for our truffles, here, let's move this back over there. Yeah. Our little truffle station. So we're going to do 6 tablespoons
Okay.
of coconut milk. I almost said almond milk. No.
And this just helps the chocolate cook, or what is the reasoning for this?
For putting it in the bowl. So this, over the double boiler, warms up the coconut milk, and that allows the chocolate to melt into it very seamlessly.
Okay.
So another thing about chocolate, other than the fact that it burns really fast, and that's why you don't want a super hot double boiler, the other thing is that moisture is the enemy. If you get any sort of water in your chocolate, it will seize like that.
Okay.
And again, you'll have lumpy,
Gross.
crunchy, kind of gross chocolate. So allowing this to warm up means it blends really well. It gets really creamy, and you get that perfect truffle,
flavor,
almost like
texture.
a ganache. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And it's the right way to do it to kind of blend well. So we're going to go ahead and get this started because we've got a simmer going. I don't know if we want to see what that looks like. We're going to come, again, keep your eye on your pecans. We've got just some little bubbles over here, and that is enough to get started. This isn't a lot of coconut milk, but if you need to do a little more warming, that's okay.
Okay, and you just set it right on top of the pan.
Right on top of the pan, yeah. Something that in culinary school my chefs would say a lot would be, what is the food saying to you?
Okay.
Is it talking to you? What's it saying? And I was always like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's saying. It's not talking to me. It's just on fire. I don't know.
Just sitting there, yeah.
What that basically means is there's different things based on the product you're working with that tell you what's going on.
Okay.
So for example, we don't want moisture in here.
Okay.
We know our boil is too high if there's steam coming out of underneath.
So no steam coming out of the side.
No steam, or very little steam.
So we can handle, there's a little bit. We're
A
good
little
there.
bit. We do, my pots do have a little lip, so you see
that's
that.
why you see that.
When it's coming out the sides and you can see it like up in the air,
then you're like, no.
too hot, turn it down. Because I know you can't see the boil, it can make it kind of hard.
Yeah.
But this does mean that it's in a good position to throw our chocolate in. I love this recipe because it is so simple. In our recipe, it says 1.5 cups of chocolate chips. We're using, wow, I chopped it off. Sorry. Lily's milk chocolate baking chips, and they are sugar-free.
Oh,
so super fun. I measured this earlier. It is like
almost 1 full bag.
1.5 cups and then like 10 chocolate chips. So we're just gonna go for it.
Yeah.
That's where I'm a little bit more of a cook. Bakers have to be really precise, and I'm a little bit, I guess, impatient. So the one thing about doing the double boiler method like this is your bowl moves.
Yeah.
So grab a rag, because this is hot. Like let's all go back to science and what, 2nd grade? I don't even know. It gets hot.
Yeah.
So you want to be super careful.
And it's quick. I mean, it's already, as you can see, it's already
melting.
Yeah,
so that's why the double boiler is awesome. And you just want to come in here. You want to scrape the sides, scrape the bottom, because that chocolate will still burn.
Yeah.
So I'm going to let you do this.
Okay.
I have these fun little mitts,
little
but just a kitchen rag is fine.
Oh,
And see?
Are they
but do you know what's awesome? I pre-made them. So
amazing.
It kind of doesn't matter that they burn. But you notice how we weren't paying attention to the smell?
And there it
They
went.
smelled, and now, look, example of what not to do. That's not a bad thing.
Yeah, it happens.
I learned, so don't burn your pecans. I did it for you.
And what are we trying to have this look like?
You want it to look smooth and silky.
Okay.
Awesome. Yeah, so do you see how it's up here? You see how it's got that big chunk? You want to scrape down the sides. Beautiful. That looks great. Gosh, let's get it off the stove before you have to look at my burnt pecans anymore. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's
silky?
getting there.
Okay, so I'm going to do this for you just so you don't burn yourself, because that would be my greatest nightmare. But if you will turn off the stove for me. Again, do you notice how there's water dripping off of our bowl?
Yeah.
When you are pouring this into another bowl, be so aware of that. Because
you don't want that in your bowl.
You don't want it in your bowl. You're going to have chunky chocolate. Whoa, that was a terrible idea. So you're going to come out to the side. You see how it's dripping? We're going to separate this into 2 bowls so that we can have 2 different types
flavors
of truffles. Scrape. Get all that good stuff.
And again, this is a quick recipe that you can do
so fast. And you can do this so far in advance. These hold really well.
You can leave them in the fridge. Could you freeze them and then let them thaw a little bit as well?
Yeah, you totally could. I do think, I will say, to be very aware of freezing them because they will harden.
Okay.
So you'll have a tougher truffle, but it's not a huge deal.
Yeah.
Like if
so
you like, if that's what you like,
in advance or whatever.
yeah, go for it. we're gonna move away from my burnt pecans because that was embarrassing. And we have, I mean, I eyeball it. You can measure it. I think it's better if you eyeball it. We have our 2 oils, or oils, not oils, extracts. Oils. Yeah. I'm just throwing doTERRA in here. That would be crazy. We've got almond and we have peppermint. So we're gonna make some of each. And you don't want to do too much of this. Extracts are so potent. So follow the recipe or do a little bit, mix, taste. Tasting is like the best thing you can do in this situation. However, for our recipe, it does specifically say 3/4 of a teaspoon. Okay. So we're going to do 3/4 of a teaspoon of each in there. I have a double-ended spoon situation. I really like it. I think it's really nice for things like this because I'm not going to use the same peppermint side. You will have peppermint everywhere. Peppermint is so strong.
And then we just give it a mix?
Give it a mix. Mix it all up. It's going to look a little strange, which is okay. Beautiful. If you want to mix that one up for me as well. So while in culinary school, we had these cute, not so cute little chef coats, these white coats that we had to wear every single day, and we had these pockets on the sidearm. And you would keep like
your go-tos.
Yeah, like a little notepad and your thermometer, and we always had to have a Sharpie, and that was just so that you could mark everything, you could put a date on it. Now, you guys probably aren't going to carry around a Sharpie every time you enter your kitchen, but I do keep one in my kitchen for stuff like this. So for example, these guys need to go in the fridge for about 2 hours to
cool
down and
be able to form
coagulate really well. Yeah. And so I like to mark them.
To what flavor? Otherwise you're going to forget.
Yeah, because what if you put the coconut flakes on the peppermint? Then everyone hates you. Not actually.
Unless you like that. I mean, you could mix flavors here.
Totally.
No one's stopping you.
Yeah, I mean, sure.
Just do what you want.
So I'll just put, a little pea. Yeah. Great. Now these are going to go in the fridge for 2 hours.
Almonds.
Wow. Do you see? That's why Lexi's here. You guys, I burnt the pecans. I almost made them both peppermint.
And then into the fridge we go?
Into the fridge.
Okay.
We're going to sit here and tell jokes for 2 hours. It's going to be fun. I'm just kidding. No, it wasn't a good joke. We're going to grab our some pre-made truffles because we are on top of it. So we have our toppings out and ready to go in bowls. You do not have to do this. This is just so you can see what we have. Again, your best friend's going to be some parchment paper. Lay it down, have your kids join you. And what you're going to do is you're going to pull your now slightly hardened chocolate out of the fridge. Yeah. Looks great. Yeah. I was touching my eyes earlier when I was crying, so I'm going to wash my hands real fast, but then I'll help you. So one thing about this recipe specifically is the chocolate does get pretty hard. Yeah. While it's in the fridge, which is totally fine. But turns out, as human beings, we are kind of warm. So use your hands, get them nice and warm. Again, see, this looks pretty toasty. But if you look at Lexi's hands right now, yeah, it'll stick to you, which is the goal. So while you're rolling out your truffles, you can go ahead and dump out your toppings, and this is where you get to be creative. Do all sorts of flavors. You can do flavor combinations. We did almond and peppermint, and we're rolling them in coconut flakes and just chopped up peppermint. If you don't want to buy the pre-chopped peppermint, yes, it's easy, but you can also buy like the candy.
Oh yeah, and just chop it up.
Double bag it in the plastic bag, wrap it in parchment paper, and take a rolling pin to it.
Oh yeah, just get
so easy.
And you have your chopped peppermint.
Yeah, so we're gonna warm these up. Wow.
They're taking a second.
They are taking a second. They've been in there for a while. So you're going to roll them, not that
have
one.
the kids do this, family activity.
This is why I have pre-rolled. So if you pre-roll them, the best way to do this is to just, again, warm them up in your hands. You just need the surface to be a little bit wet. And then you're just going to roll them.
Just in your topping.
Yeah, you got it.
Amazing. And you have your truffle.
Your cute little truffles. Another thing you can do is you can dump these in another thing of chocolate and drizzle chocolate on top of them.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of fun. Our truffles are a little bit cold still, so that's why they're kind of looking like that. But there it is. That's it. And these will hold. Something that my family is doing this year is we're doing Christmas boxes.
Oh, this would be a great addition.
Yeah, and they hold really well. You can get cute little wrappers for them. Sorry, I'm going to do this real fast so that I can pull out. Right here we have some of our finished products. So this is kind of our cute little idea. You can't really see the truffles in there, but we're going to put these truffles in our little Christmas boxes for our friends. And then, since we've still got a little bit of time left on those veggies, we also have our finished product. So at the end of your veggies, you're going to pull them out. You're going to mix those pecans up with some dried cranberries, trickle them on top, and toss it all together, and it'll taste really, really good.
Yeah, they look amazing.
I think so too, and I hope they taste good. Should we try them real fast?
Yeah.
Okay.
And this doesn't just have to be, this is like a recipe you can make anytime. I feel like it's not like a holiday. Yeah, you can make truffles, birthday cake flavor to do different things.
Birthday cake would be crazy.
Yeah.
Birthday cake would be a lot of fun. What do you want to try first? What are we trying first?
The veggies.
The veggies. Yeah. Okay. We're just going to eat it right out of the pan. Is that okay?
I love it.
We're trying to diminish the amount of dishes we're using.
Yes. We're eating on paper products for Thanksgiving tomorrow because I don't want to do dishes and I have to host.
I think that's a great rule of thumb. Look at that. So much color.
Mm.
Really good.
Really good.
Those Brussels sprouts are cooked all the way through.
Mm-hmm.
It was great.
Sweet potatoes are really soft. Yeah. Amazing.
There's a lot of flavor in there.
Mm-hmm.
The macros on this are insane.
And the dressing's not like overpowering or anything. You know, you're not getting a ton of Dijon if you don't like the Dijon flavor.
Right.
Yeah.
And you can change that stuff out. On our recipe, we also have a balsamic glaze that could go on top, which could be really, really good. Fun. Should we try one of these truffles?
Yes.
Sugar-free, you guys. I'm going to go for, you pick first. I'll pick whichever one you aren't going to do. Perfect. I will do a peppermint then. We'll have to have our little camera crew try these too.
A little messy, but really yummy.
What do you think?
Yeah.
They're good, huh?
Yeah, you wouldn't know this is like a macro goal, like a healthy recipe.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the goal, right? To find ways that you don't have to diminish the things that make you happy or
you can't eat that. You want, there's alternatives that you can enjoy what you want.
You can eat chocolate on your wellness journey.
Yeah.
Right here. Did. And I know there's a lot of skeptics out there who think that sugar-free chocolate cannot taste good. I don't know. Can you taste that it's sugar-free?
I mean, if I was like eating it next to like a real truffle that wasn't, then like I would probably know. Right. But like if I wanted to be really mindful of what I was eating, no, you wouldn't be like, oh, this is so gross. You know, you don't need to do that to your mind.
And I feel like these are such a good size. I would maybe eat like 1 or 2 of them and then I'd
and then be satisfied. It'll quench that sweet treat that you're craving.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, these are so fun, and we would love to see you guys try out these recipes. We'd love to see you recreate them, make them better.
Make them your own.
Please make them better. Are you kidding? Look at this guy. He's balding. It's so sad. We'd love to see your ideas. We'd love to see how you change up the sheet pan recipe.
Yeah, or what you had.
This went a little longer because we're yappers. I'm a yapper.
We could chit-chat all day.
I talk a lot. But once you get these basics down, your knife skills, your learning how the food talks to you, learning how you feel when you're cooking, make a snack. I get so grumpy so fast. And so making myself a little snack along the way goes a long way. Involve your family. I mean, I just think how fun these little truffles would be with my nieces and nephews.
Yeah.
That would just be such a blast. It would be messy, but it would be
so
such a
fun.
good memory.
Yeah, and then everyone feels involved.
Yeah, and we get to put them in our Christmas boxes. And that's what this time of year is all about. It's being with friends, being with family. We're honored that you took the time today or in a year or whenever you're watching our live, that you spent some time with us and learned how to cook, and hopefully you left and learned something new today. That's ultimately our greatest goal, is for you to learn something new and to feel like you're a part of our family, because you are. You are a part of our Shed family. We are so excited to do more of this. If you are a member, please check out our Shed community.
Yeah.
If you're not a member, become a member and then check out our Shed community, because
it's a great tool
are having
for
so much fun.
resources. Emma Jo does a great job.
No.
So everyone should go check it out and be a part of it for sure.
We're having a lot of fun in there. And in January, we are going to be including our entire Shed family, not just our members, but our employees as well. We're getting everyone involved in some really fun challenges and some really fun engagement posts and stuff like that within our community. So please join us, be a part of our Shed family. We'd love to hear your feedback on this. Linked down below will be a ability to leave a little review if you're interested. And we always want to get better. This is the first one. I burnt the pecans and I dropped the chocolate truffle. So we're gonna get better, I promise. Huge thank you to all of our Shed team, specifically our wonderful tech team who has been here this evening, the day before Thanksgiving, helping us set this up. Huge thank you to our members who we wouldn't be, we wouldn't be here without them.
Yeah.
That sounded really weird. Thank you guys so much. Happy Thanksgiving. And we'll see you next time.